We're live. So,
Hey,
hey, we're back.
we're
Let's
back.
go.
What's up?
What's
What's up?
up?
Voice
It's a
actors
year.
are coming
No, it's not a
out.
year, but kind of technically a
Yep.
We're
So
back
it's
with
been a
it.
year.
year. Since the 2.2 podcast, it's now 2.3. Dang.
Version
Yes.
2.3.
So hey everyone, welcome back to another Capriccioso Studio podcast. It's been quite some time since we've done one of these, so we're really excited to be back. So today's episode is all about the world of voiceover, voice acting, and sound design. We've invited three super awesome guests from Cebu's creative industry to talk about their journeys, what they do, how they got started, and what it's really like working behind the mic. So, whether you're a creative or a game developer or just someone who wants to listen in and doom scroll while doing so, I hope you guys enjoy the conversation. So, yeah, let's start introducing the guests.
Who goes first here?
I love
Next
I
slide.
love the fast cut, like no fade to the applause. It just
Yeah.
cuts immediately.
But
Are
I
you
guess
moving the PowerPoint? I can't tell, Dane.
Do we do chronologically based on the PowerPoint?
Left to right.
No. I think
Yeah.
there's a meet our guests there. So maybe yeah.
Okay.
So
Nice.
there. So you guys can
okay.
start. Introduce yourselves. What have you guys been working on? Give us your names and what are you guys most known for?
Well, given that I am the first one in the photo for Meet Our Guests, hi everybody, I'm Claire Codilia, and I've been working in broadcasting since 2018. I've been slowly developing, trying to get into the animation and video game industry probably about 2020 by doing, online lessons. So when people were just making TikToks in the pandemic, I was like working my butt off trying to work like small time jobs on the internet, like the seedy little jobs, so I could pay for my voice acting classes internationally. And it bore fruit for sure. And I've done some stuff here and there. You might have heard me here and there. But mostly, more than anything, I just want to be known as this weird girl who keeps on trying to learn stuff. And that's me. That's Claire. Up next is Ernest Bazan.
Okay. So I'm just gonna have to call you out on your lying ass when you said you started 2018. Nah, dude,
Oh, no. I started broadcasting in 2018.
broadcasting. Okay,
Yeah,
but no,
yeah.
we have been doing
Way back.
voiceovers since like 2013.
What
Back
to
in
play
college.
times? Yes.
No,
yes,
What to
of
Play was in
course.
2014, but even before that,
What do you
we
mean?
even no, we went to, if I remember correctly, we have gone and done like some, what do you call this, fake commercials for like a bunch of advertising students back in the day, back in 2013. We've been doing this since forever, since the
Shit,
start of our
I
college
forgot.
lives.
I like
Since the start of our
blacked out.
college lives, we've been doing
Whoa.
this. Both of
Well,
us
thank you for
are.
introducing me, Ernest. I completely forgot that. Damn. Yeah, I
Both
take
of us have
everything
been-
back. I started 2013, man.
Both of us have been doing this for like a long ass time. I
Yeah.
feel. By the way, I'm Ernest Buzon. I've been doing voiceover since like 2013, and I've done broadcast work since 2015. I think. I'm not sure, but like more than anything, I was a fine arts graduate. Don't go to art school. It's for it's for chuds. What do you call this? But aside from that, I've been doing this for like a long ass time. I've been doing voiceover since like forever. I've been messing around with voices since like high school, since even like elementary. Like voice acting has been in the forefront since like forever for me. I've done impressions when I was a kid. I used to play around with accents when I got older. I used to I used to mess around with like friends about like characters and whatnot. And when I started my voiceover career, it basically like took off. I think starting with What to Play, as like Claire mentioned, like the What to Play days, and we were just doing like like narrations for YouTube basically, and I think that was the door for me to realize that, oh, I can use my voice for like not just that, but I could also use it for commercials. I could use it for like character work. I can do this. I can do that. I've mostly been doing like the corporate stuff, like AVPs, presentations, live voiceovers. Like I've been an announcer for a lot of events. I've done shoutcasting since like 2015, which is technically its own form of voiceover. I've retired from like sportscasting like 2020 or something like that, but because like that's it, it's a stressful job because you have to be on site all the time. So I've been doing like a lot of at home jobs, just doing small commercial work, small YouTube work, and like every now and then character work for like unreleased unreleased indie animations. I'm not even sure if like any of those got released, but they have been there. And most of the time, like I've been doing this since like forever. That's pretty much it.
And next up we have. Can I dox his name too?
Yeah,
His name's there. Don't worry.
Don Nathan
Yes.
Aldemita!
Woo!
And, unlike the other two that came before me, I'm practically a nobody in this case.
Hey.
My
Ooh,
ass.
no, you're
My
not.
ass.
Just
Just be
slap you
humble.
in the face.
Shut
Don't
up,
say
Nate.
My
Humble
ass.
man. Humble man.
Come on.
My
Humble
ass.
man.
Eh, I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, hi everyone. I'm just a sound guy for mostly games, and yeah, I did voice act as well. I guess. I don't know. I don't know what else or how else
For
am I
mostly
gonna.
Okay,
games or
because
for
he
most
doesn't
of
want
the
to
games?
introduce himself, let's introduce Nate. I know him as a professor of, I believe, De La Salle
La Salle, yes.
University Benilde. Yes, I got that right. Look at him.
Yeah.
He's a professor
I mean-
because he teaches.
Yeah, I teach mostly music, sound design, and everything audio in with games and media. Mostly games, but there's that.
Yeah, and he scored for.
A lot.
Including
Exactly.
Wow.
Endgame, Haphazard Angel. Nate was
Yeah.
was one of the.
Nate's a genius, guys.
Wow.
No, I'm not.
Yes.
You shut the fuck up. You are.
You were extremely hard and you're incredibly talented. Now,
Have you heard of? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. If, look, the both of you are Chinese. Have you guys ever heard of
Chinese. How am I Chinese?
Where did that come from?
Ching chong.
I am of pure brown blood.
Ching chong.
Hey,
Anyway. Okay. Okay, so but there is a saying to not keep your cup full or else it'll spill. Okay, so yeah.
Chinese thing. That's like a
This is a Chinese thing.
It's not a Chinese thing just because it's a proverb. Wait, what is this
Yeah.
fortune cookie ass statement?
I mean, it is. Okay, it is. Anyway,
Point taken. We love you, Nate. That's Nate.
yeah. I mean,
So, yeah, so those are our guests. Again, thank you so much for those introductions. You guys are super awesome, and honestly, we're very thankful that you guys are. We got three yappers as our guests because they're very shy.
yappers.
But so we really appreciate that you guys are very engaging. But like just off the top of our head, like as we move forward, like we'd love to know. We'd love to know about. First off, maybe Claire. Like, we'd love to know. Well, what have you been working on, Claire? As of the
Oh.
moment, what's been keeping you busy?
Oh wow, that's me. It's a me. My.
Yes, that's you.
Hi. That's a lot of me. So interesting enough, funny that you pick all of those sorts of photos together. Quite recently, I had a session with the voice of Dora the Explorer. Her name is Kathleen Harless, and she is the sweetest person of all. She's amazing. The reason why I got a class with her was because a production company came to me for an opportunity to do a kids network television show and to lend my voice for that. And I was like anxious as fuck. I'm like, I need somebody. And guess who was in the rescue? Dora the Explorer. She rescued. She gave me all the tools and arsenals of her backpack. And now we have a roadmap. You kind of get where I'm going. As long as no
Yep,
one swipes the fuck out of whatever I do, I'll be fine.
Wait, I have a question. Did you
go.
actually say swiper, no swiping with her?
Yeah. But
Of course.
I tried to keep it professional, guys. Like I had no Dora references, nothing, nada, zilch. No, like no, you don't understand. Like we as hosts are taught to be professional. We as hosts are taught not to fangirl, right? So I was like, I got this, boo.
Like,
And
lock
then
it in, right? Gotta lock it in.
like, I had to pretend as if we were like mentor apprentice kind of in a relationship that way, but at the end I was like, oh fuck this, I'm a fan, you know what, you are my childhood. And then she started like absolutely gushing, so I'm happy that happened. And I had the chance to tell her that I was inspired by the stuff that she did, and it's a full circle moment for her to be teaching me the stuff that I learned. Like I have like 3 pages worth of notes for kids.
You gave us the notes. I haven't read it yet, by the way.
No, you should. It's really good. PGDX, on the other hand, funny enough, I was asked to host by Sir Jester this year. I just wasn't available for the 2 days, so like that's a no go.
Oh,
Yeah. Are you guys going? Are you guys showcasing?
I think Janelle is going, right, Nate? Or
No, he's. I mean, yeah, he's gonna be there for like at least a day. I'm gonna be there for my students because it's their
Nice.
capstone project showcase. So.
Oh
Yeah.
my! I would have
hell yeah,
loved to
Professor.
meet your students.
Oh yeah.
My God.
Yeah, they're actually the ones that the both of you taught voice acting to. So
I
it would be
know. I
great.
know.
Yeah, like it would be nice to meet them in person.
Unfortunately, I'm booked those days. Oh, and then the third photo is I do voice lab, so that is a 2-day voice acting course in partnership with Two to Tango Creative Studios and Room 11. And surprise, surprise, day 1 coach for voice acting is Ernest Buzon. Clap for me.
Yeah.
Let's go. Get the clap in.
by the way, Claire, I gotta ask. Like, you recently also joined a workshop with Tara Strong, right? Or
Yes.
How
Okay,
did
so
that go?
I'm part of the Voice Links course. You know, they look for scholars, and that slashes the whole entire fee in half. And I believe Dobit is part of that too, right, Dobs?
Yes, that is
Yeah, we're
correct.
Voice
Yeah,
Links.
boy, that's right. Go get it. Go get it.
We gotta be in the room where it happens.
I were a bird. Room where it happened.
Room where it happens.
So how was that? How's that experience for you guys? Like both of you. I mean, like Tara Strong's like a huge part of our childhoods. Like I'm sure
She
not
is.
just both of you, but for
Oh
everyone.
my God,
she's
she is.
literally Ben 10, Timmy Turner.
Dobs,
Then you-
you're not participative enough. Like Dobit doesn't go into the stuff. What the hell, Dobs?
Yeah. You said that you're. It's in usually at 1 a.m. Like 5 a.m. I'm
That
still
is
like
what it
dead.
takes. No, you gotta do it. You gotta drink 2 espresso shots and wait around.
Aren't you usually awake at those times anyway, David?
Yeah.
Hello.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Oh, you
but,
got blocked
you know,
so fast.
I'm not in the PC. If that makes sense.
Oh, where are you? Damn, Dobes.
Rotting in bed.
Rotting in bed.
Might
I mean,
as
he has
well
an
rot
eye-
in bed with Tara Strong
Fair
in your
enough.
ear.
Oh dang.
I mean, like,
That's some
no,
nightlife, though.
no.
No.
I mean that in the
No.
most wholesome way possible.
But
We love you, Tara Strong.
Yes, we do. And on top of that, like Claire, you've had such a busy schedule. You've also been doing a lot of ocean park mermaid stuff. We'd love to hear more about that. I mean, you should.
Seriously? Okay.
Yeah, I see a lot of those reels in the internet, and like I'd love to hear more like from the perspective of the actual mermaid, from those like.
Okay. So I've always wanted to be a mermaid ever since I was a young girl. I started off with the second movie of Ariel, Little Mermaid Part 2. That's what set everything off. So apparently the first princess I've ever looked up to wasn't Jodie Benson's Ariel. It was Tara Strong's Melody. So it's kind of a full circle moment. And that's always, set the tone for every time I go to a pool. I always ask my friends, hey, let's go mermaiding. And they're just like, and everybody just, looks at me weird. They're like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I'm there doing a whale dive because I don't know how to mermaid, right? So I look like a fucking seal underwater when I was a kid. And now, fast forward to when I saw that mermaiding was an actual course, I went there full force. I got a certification. I am now officially a mermaid in the Cebu Ocean Park, and I can do rescuing training for just in case, somebody needs, that Ariel moment when she saves Prince Eric. I can fucking do that. I can fucking do that. So don't you, don't you got? Please don't dive under. I don't wanna be able to do that realistically because I feel like I would panic. But just in case you guys swim with me, I can save your ass.
I
That's
can't
good.
swim, so I don't think I'll be swimming with you
Nice.
ever.
A nice tidbit though, for some fucking reason, is Tara Strong follows me on Instagram, and among all of the probably 2,000 students of Voice Links who she doesn't follow, do you know why she does that? It's not from
Why?
voice acting. It's because somebody who is a moderator of the Voice Links chat saw my profile, liked all my mermaid videos, and the day after that, Tara Strong followed me. So it's not because of voice acting, guys. It's because of my random side quest of mermaiding that I have a connection with the Tara Strong. Right? How crazy is that? We love you, Tara Strong.
Yeah, we do. We do.
I don't like
You
talking
definitely
about
have a lot in
myself.
you.
Am I done? I feel like I took a lot of the time.
It's okay. We'll circle back. You have a lot of stories, and we definitely have a lot of questions. But
Okay.
maybe we can jump to Ernest. Ernest,
Yeah,
let
so
us know
yeah.
what you've been up
Oh,
The legend.
Look at
Wow,
that.
these are
Let's
old ass
go.
paintings.
to. Let's go.
What are you doing?
Let's go. I love doxing. I love doxing people. I love doxing people. So, Ernest, tell us about yourself. What have you been up to recently? Any work you'd love to talk about?
Well, honestly, like I think recently I've been a bit more I've been a bit more I've been a bit less as a person in terms of like just going out and about. But like recently, thanks to Claire, like we have a radio show every Monday, Unbox Mondays on Y101. It's we just yap basically on the show. Like all we do is like share our music, yap, and like I'm surrounded by like these amazing co-hosts that are absolutely some of the funniest people I've ever met. That includes you, Claire, and like absolutely hilarious, absolutely amazing people. And like I feel like everyone in that team deserves a listen. So like shouting out Unbox Mondays on Y101 every Monday 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. For everyone out there who still listens to radio. And I've been doing voice lab workshops like with Claire, and we've been teaching people like the basics of voice acting. At least for in my end, like I just want them to be more comfortable in front of the microphone, because like the first part of like voice acting for me will always be like it's not rocket science. You just have to be like as confident as you just have to be confident in like throwing out whatever you're gonna spit out into the microphone, right? And that's pretty much like what I've been up to so far. And like just lately I've just been like keeping to myself because like I want to focus on like some physical stuff like bouldering. I want to want to fix my teeth because I've been in a bad dental saga for 2 months. Thankfully it's almost done. And like I've been wanting to find a workshop that fits me the most. They also sent me like a Voicelings like scholarship, but I didn't take it because I didn't have $300 off of my bank account, and it would have been nice to join, but like I know there's like a billion more opportunities. But yeah, like so far, like all I've been doing so far has been like just doing like small commercial gigs, live voiceover. I actually did like one of my favorite things that I've done this year was do live VO, live announcing for like an MMA event. That was so fun.
Wow. Really?
No,
How
for
did
real,
that
yeah.
go?
It was so stressful at the start because like there was a language barrier going on because it was the clients were Korean and none of them spoke a lick of English, so it was like Google Translate, Google Translate, Google Translate. But in the end, we managed to like make it work, and the event went smoothly. And my goodness, like watching fight like combat sports in real time, because like I've only watched it through TV, and seeing it live in like the front row because you're the announcer. That was an absolute barn burner of like it activated like certain feelings in my little male self. You know what I mean? Like it's such a man thing to be like, yeah, beat his ass up. It's
But
the,
Ernest, like I'm sure people are interested. Like even me, I'm curious. Like how, like especially as a aspiring aspiring voiceover artist or like someone in that community. Like how do they even find gigs like this? Like that's a random ass gig, dude. Like
it
how'd you
is
come
random
about?
ass. Like, okay, so
How'd you come about going
I think like
going
one
through
of the
that?
first few things I've realized is really just as much as possible make friends and make connections, right? Like I think that's like the first and foremost for every freelancer is just to make connections. I got this gig because randomly Claire called me and just said, "Hey, somebody's looking for a ring announcer for like a gig," and that was because she was doing a hosting gig with another production company that was doing production for that for that fight event. And it's just connection upon connection upon connection. I've gotten my other gigs like for corporate, like through other people that I knew. Like for example, I have a friend who runs a video editing company, and like his people need some voiceovers for stuff. He gets me. Basically, like just put your name out there. And for the foreign clients that I have, like all I do is just send emails upon emails upon emails upon emails. It's like you don't even think about it until they send you a reply. Because like if you think about it too much, it might discourage you. So what you do is just send it and then you forget it. I think I think that's the one practice that people need to remember is like just send it and forget it. And that's how I get it. And yeah, like being and like right now, like I'm trying to up my live voiceover portfolio because I want to do more live voiceovers. I want to do like ring announcing. I want to do event announcing because
Mm.
it's just so fun being in an event and just doing just telling people to be like, please rise for the national anthem, stuff like that. It's so tiny, but it's so fun, just being in that exact moment. And
Do you think
or
like that
yeah, go.
adrenaline, like that adrenaline, like definitely veers from the fact that like you did come from, you host a lot of esport events too.
Yeah,
So do
yeah,
you think
yeah,
it comes from that?
yeah.
On top of that, like how do you even find time and the energy to like host? How do you find time and energy to actually do voiceover and voice act for books and like Audible and stuff? Like I know you've done the A Good Marine's Murder.
Yeah.
You narrated that. That's like 7 hours and 19 minutes. Like how do you have the energy to do
You
that on
make the
top of
mental note,
all the other?
basically. You make that absolute mental note to be like, I have to I have to do this. I dedicate 4 hours a day. When I know I have a book, I dedicate 4 hours a day. If I know I dedicate 4 hours a day every day, along with my other like freelance stuff. Like every other script, I section everything and put everything into a priority. Like this takes top priority, and then everything else just follows. I think like I list everything down because like you take 4 hours a day of like audiobooks every day because you can finish it in like it was around, I'm trying to remember, it was probably around 90,000 words, 120,000 words, something like that. I'm trying to remember like the amount of words we had there, but it was something like um it
Did you
it
have Coke?
basically
Did you have Coke Zero on the side? In case you're thirsty.
It is. I don't smoke, right? I don't smoke, and I have Coke Zero in the fridge as a cigarette break. That's why.
Well, no freaking wonder your teeth melted.
Yeah, right. So there's that. There's that big problem there. But yeah, it was 80,000 words. It was 80,000 words, 8 hours and 35 minutes worth of audio, right?
Yeah.
And just doing that, you have to an 8 hour. My rule of thumb usually for recording is because you you record and then you review and then you edit. That's it's basically per minute of real audio is at least 4 minutes of work. Does that make sense to you? So yeah, like ev- I work as much as possible to get at least 4 hours worth of work in order to make progress. Because if I ignore it or like I'm like, oh, I'm too tired to do anything, unless my mouth blew up, I can work. That's my mindset for it. Unless my throat is destroyed, I can work. That's the mindset. And like I like to call myself lazy, but like what's it's more work if I have to do everything last minute, if that makes any sense. So like I tell myself this is the laziest this is the laziest possible thing you could do. So do this instead. So like I go out of my way to work on something. That's pretty much it.
That makes a lot of sense. And again, like it, just like Claire, like you always seem to have a lot in your plate. Like even outside of the stuff you're doing now. Like
Yeah.
when I was doing research, I did see that your thesis like kind of went semi-viral and it did get featured in an article.
Oh, you saw it.
So
Damn.
Oh my god.
Did-
Yeah.
why do you think the
Viral videos
paintings
on
are there?
social media,
Why do you think the
impact
paintings
on
are
college
there?
Students. Ooh.
yeah,
Dang.
Yeah.
so
What do you
So,
think?
And Ernest as well. I feel like it was featured on national media.
It was in
Yeah.
Inquirer and Scout Mag.
yep.
And Scout Mag
Very
was big at the
casually
time.
says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Scout Mag was big at the time, so like I was kind of hyped up about it, like when I was younger, 2018, and it was during a time when the internet started becoming what we know of it today, because like memes before like around 2013, 2014, they weren't really in the forefront of like social media and all that, and I think like it was just good timing that I was like trying to not replicate memes, but like channel memes into my paintings and into my thesis. And then it was also during the time when people were doing meme research, so everything just aligned. And I remember there's even pages like the philosopher's meme where they were doing dissertations about like the philosophical and like philosophical, ethical, logical, and like aesthetic aspects of like every meme that has existed that year. So 2018 was so full of like those books and dissertations about internet culture, and it just aligned with like the fact that I wanted to do internet culture at the time, because I'm like I'm pretty sure it shows, but I am chronically online.
Second home.
Yeah. I mean like you are the Deftones man, so
Definitely.
so I
Terrible thing. Like I've only been to Malave twice. Twice.
And in those 2 times,
Like they
you
call me
made
the
it.
Deftones man of Malave. I've only been there twice. But yeah, like it's really one of those things that like I think now, especially now, I feel like the age of the internet does promote you to like create and like I think it's also like a good time for like aspiring voice actors out there to just do. I think now, like, you know, it aligns to that, like the whole idea that the internet is evolving, and we're to the point where like even more so now that creating your own thing is rewarded more than ever, especially if you make it good. So I think that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Do you think that's like a counterculture to AI?
Ooh,
Definitely.
good question.
By a country mile. By a country mile. People call it slop. People
Right.
hate AI, right? Like I hate AI. And like it's one of those things, like I hate generative AI. I love the idea of like AI being able to do things that help, right? But like things that steal. Like I'm calling them out. Okay, I'm calling you out. What do you call this? Suno, the guys who make AI music. Fuck you. What do you call this?
God, don't get me started on that.
Yeah, right. Like Suno and like Stable Diffusion was it or something like that? Yeah. Fuck you, Stable Diffusion. Fuck you. I'm trying to remember. Was it Dolly? Yeah, all of those. The generative AI in general. Fuck those guys. You know,
Dang.
like, fuck you, Google Gemini. Fuck you, fuck you, OpenAI. So many of you guys,
Hell with everyone.
terrible people. But like, I get some people are just bums. So that's why they decide they turn to generative AI. But like now people are more aware of like what generative AI looks like. AI videos get flagged down or they get called out. Musicians who promote like Suno, they get called out. Diplo is a piece of shit and he likes to use generative AI. Fuck you. I stand with SZA. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, basically now like it's more clear cut than ever that there are a lot of people that are against generative AI as a whole. Like they're not against AI, but they're against generative AI. And like I'm kind of proud of the fact that the internet is slowly turning to that. That's why like there are posts about, for example, in the band scene, if your event posters are made with AI, they won't go to that event because they know like they think that, oh, that's garbage. That's absolute garbage. We're not going to support that. Or like the bands are probably ass anyways. So that's why they do that. And it's becoming more and more of a trend lately. It's a slow crawl, but I think it's going to become like more and more like prominent as time goes on.
But Nate, you mentioned that. How do you feel as a sound designer? You know,
Using
having all
Uno?
these.
Bro,
Yes.
we have artists here. We have everything here. Holy shit. It's horrible.
Because other than the fact that there are times that I am forced to use it, at the same time I'm like,
If
I
you
mean-
had a choice, right? Like you wouldn't,
I-
Oh,
right?
yeah.
if I had a choice. But dude, we are creatives. We also need to survive. So
Yep.
Sometimes it has to
Yes.
happen. Yeah. That's the tragedy of it all. Like we're forced to adapt to it. But if it was up to me, I would eat Suno's ass.
dude,
Damn.
I mean, look, when they made
Not in a nice way,
Damn.
right?
Yeah, not in a nice way. In like the meanest way possible.
Dang, okay. But still, though, like, the reason why they made Suno is because they want to make music production like a video game. And how many times have I heard that from the owner of Suno? Is like, okay, you want to make it sound like you want to make it sound like it's just a video game. And all that, sure.
That is the most tech bro shit ever, dude. Like, oh, I want to make X into a video game like experience. Where have we heard that before? We've heard that so many times in so many places.
And just, no, just, I mean, just hearing it once, twice, okay, fine, sure, but hearing it multiple times saying that Suno is kind of like a video game, kind of like a video game. Can you stop?
Right.
You don't even know how to make a video game. How would you even say that it's like a video game?
Dude, I hate it. I hate it so much. But yeah, this is now an anti-Suno podcast, I guess.
Change the title.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Clickbait.
Well,
You know, I
Would you,
can't imagine like how. Sorry, go Dane.
sorry, Ryan. Would you consider generative AI as something that is similar and feels like gambling? That's what makes it so
Oh,
addicting
that's
to a
that's
lot of
interesting.
people. Because
Hmm.
you generate
That's
something,
interesting.
you put in a prompt, and then there's a small chance that you actually get something that sounds good to you, right?
Right.
yeah, but that would depend as well on the prompt, because there are people who are paid to like make prompts just to get what they want.
Yeah.
Like, because the thing with generative AI is that the more specific you are, the more, like, the bigger gotcha chances that you get the thing that you want.
Mm.
But
And the
sometimes-
companies want you to prompt more.
yeah,
So that
and
you
that's the
spend
whole
more
thing
tokens.
about. Yeah, and that's the whole thing about Suno, because it's more about profit.
Oh yeah.
It's just it's just more
Most
about
corporations are.
yeah,
But
because it's like we just want music to be convenient, and like
Yeah.
you're disregarding the whole process of it.
So yeah, you're no longer the creator. You're just the customer at this point.
Yeah, the customer and the customizer. Ugh.
and no, like, and
Customizer.
more than anything, like, AI music has a soulless element to it that most people wouldn't resonate to it anyways. That it just becomes, and once again, it becomes slop. Because like, I don't know, like music that's timeless will resonate with people, and AI music does not have that element.
Mhm.
So there's that. And more than anything, I guess you're kind of right about it being gambling because it can ruin lives. Weirdly enough, it's not just it's not for the user this time, unlike gambling, but for everyone else around.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Don't get me started on the AI data centers and how much water.
Oh,
Yeah. And
the environmental
the
impacts and
amount
the
of
pollution. Gosh.
the electricity costs rising for
The
those
shit
people in the
water
same
that you
vicinity
get
as us.
after.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
It's bad.
terrible.
And the noise pollution that the neighboring
Mm.
communities actually have because of having a data center right behind them. That's even really bad for them. So yeah, anti-AI.
Anti AI, that's right. I love you, SZA.
But let's move on to now. Let's move on to Nate. Like Nate, you've been doing this for years.
Millions of
Emphasis
years.
Maybe give us
here.
a
Bruh.
millions of years.
Millions of
We've
years.
given. give us
What?
In
One
the
of the
Goat era,
dinosaurs.
Nate has been making
Practically
music.
calling him a dinosaur at this point.
He was recording dinosaurs back then.
Are you queuing the Jurassic Park theme? Well, I'm not the only one who's ancient here in that case, then, huh? Hmm?
But Nate,
You're
give us a
vampire,
rundown.
You've looked exactly the same as you did 20 years ago.
Bro.
So I'm
Yeah,
kind
Asian
of sussing you
premium.
out.
Asian premium.
Easy.
I mean,
Unchanging.
we are Asian. So, run that. Oh, wow.
Yes.
Man, that's, I don't know where to start with this one. Well, I don't know. I don't know what kind of history you guys would want me to hear. Probably I've said this a lot to most of my students. Like, hey, like, yeah, I'm basically the overall sound guy because I basically make everything audio, whether it be that's music, music, sound effects, audio engineering, audio engineering, audio editing, voice acting, voice directing. Everything audio is pretty much under my domain. I mean, most of the time, or sometimes, like, people will call me a jack of all trades. I mean, yeah, I'm a jack of all trades and a master of audio. There's that.
You're also a voice acting director, don't forget that.
Hell yeah. Nate.
Mhm.
Yeah,
He's also a professor.
I'm just glad none of my students are here. I think. I don't know.
might
Nate,
be.
like, how do you as a sound designer, like how do you make sure that like whatever you make for whatever client, like how do you make sure things don't sound similar? Because you've been doing this for years, like
Oh, okay.
almost literal decades. So like how do you make sure that like the thing that you're currently making now isn't exactly the same thing as like 2 years ago? I mean, yeah, I'd love
Oh,
to know your
yeah,
thought
that-
process on that.
Yeah, that's a challenge because, yeah, especially on audio, it does take a lot of work to make one sound unique. Because, especially with sound effects, like, it's mostly a common, like, it's a common thing, like literal common thing, like whether it be a creaking door or anything else, like popping bubble. It takes a lot to make. Okay, let's take like a bubble sound effect as an example, or maybe a snap sound effect. There's like you can tell a difference between a bubble popping underwater and the Skype sound effect that you would hear most of the time if Skype's still alive. That would be the same as well. That would be the same as well with the Nintendo Snap with any other Snap. I mean, it sounds the same because it's just a snap. But what makes it different is how, probably to me, is one, how it was recorded and how it was mixed. Because here's the thing, sound effects or Foley in general, Foley artistry, is basically making the sound of the everyday soundscapes, noises, and all that stuff. But because that it's also common that most people tend to like just brush it off, or like you can just hear that from everywhere, like everywhere and anywhere. But putting it into, like, say for example, a game or in a movie or a short film in this case, making it sound unique and complementing it to the material itself is a challenge, because you would want it to blend with the world instead of making it just another sound effect, right? So I guess for me it's like trying to take extra care of making it more like giving it its own personality, because it's kind of like theater arts in this case. Like the the act of Foley, or the art of Foley in this case, it's like theater. It's like trying to get one thing, making it either exaggerating it to make it sound more impactful, or make it sound more satisfying that people would want to hear it more. Like, say, a like okay, question: how many of you guys feel satisfied when you open a can of soda? Like, just that sound of opening a can of soda,
Yes, the feedback is really good. Ah. Oh,
right?
we got the Coke Zero drinker.
Oh gosh, you got the cold swear.
Like the fridge smoker is what I am.
See?
My cigarette break.
See, so it's basically that, because it's a performance in itself, because it's not just making sound for the sake of making sound. It's basically putting on a show, putting on a performance, even if it's just like the simplest sound that you could make, even with just your mouth. So yeah, that is the art of Foley.
That's a really smart thought process, Dave. Like, do you think that harkens back to the fact that you were a psych student, and maybe
Oh.
you did mention before that maybe it kind of sets to play the way you make your music and the way you sound design.
Well, yeah, because I didn't mention how. Hi guys, yeah, I'm a psych student too. I graduated psychology. I'm so sorry, I'm stuttering so much. I graduated psychology with a forte in clinical psychology, so there's that.
Damn.
But yeah, I guess psych, like, having a background of psychology does come into play at this point, but most of the time it's really more about being resonant, I guess. It's just resonating with the material itself, because it's kind of the same with how you compose music. Foley and composing are like two different tracks altogether, but the process is pretty much the same. It's just, I don't know, for me it's resonance. I don't know, maybe for some people it's feeling, or like whatever thought process they want to put in, but
I mean, for some people, it's not really natural to feel those. So it's probably coming from experience and a lot of trial and error, right?
oh yeah, that too. That's
So
true.
how would you approach getting that experience?
Okay.
Yeah, because observation is one of the really big skills, right? It doesn't matter if it's
Yeah.
in art or in gameplay or in music and audio. So how do you train your observation with audio?
I guess. I mean, we can talk all day about
Oh
like
my
how
God.
to train how to train audio to music and sound effects. Like, there's a lot to take in there. Like, I mean, one of the most basic ones, if you're going for music, is like your basic music theory, and trying to pinpoint like which ones would actually fit, and trying to remind yourself that there's no exact thing as like trying to copy paste each one, because we only have like 8 notes and 5 semitones in a keyboard. So more or less you'll still hear the same chord progression whatever song that you listen to. I mean, there was even a time where like someone actually compiled a playlist of songs and call it like the Gen Z melody, where
Damn.
it's practically almost the same chord progression and the same melody,
four-
but different songs.
The GDA minor C chord progressions and all the
Yeah.
OPM songs.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
every chain smoker song that like has the same exact chord progression in every exact fucking song. My God.
Don't
Oh,
get me
yeah.
started on Taylor Swift's lyric.
I mean, look, we Look, we have two radio junkies here. I mean, they could at least say something that whenever you try to play a song, then you play another song, it'll be like, hey, it's almost the exact same. It almost sounds like the exact same song as the other song, but it's not the same song.
I think
Yeah.
context is also important, right? Like,
Yeah.
because like I get some artists like to create a signature sound, and like some artists like to like contextualize like that sound within the album. There's always like a lot of reasons, and I think like sound design in general, both in like music and in like animation and movies, like it has to, like, you have to play within the context, you have to mix within the context to make it, like, to make everything more coherent. So like there's that justification for that, right?
Yeah, and if
That is
anything,
right.
when it comes to production profiles, it's also some people mean for that, like they have the exact same beats per minute because then you make it remixable. And somehow they also do tributes, and it's like a whole entire thing when you really get into the production of the music side of it all. But yeah, sometimes they call it branding, especially when it comes to marketability, because there is a certain specific sound for every generation, and you brand your music on towards that. So there are so many different artists who, of course, are being pressured by their label that,
Mhm.
if they want to create something unique, if they want to create a different sound or a different genre, if they want to
It
cross
has to
into
sound.
different-
Yeah, it has to sound to the
yeah,
generation, right?
exactly. Then you have to think
Yeah.
about, will your
Yeah.
target market like this? Or do we want to stick with a formula that we already know and make you into a cash cow?
Yeah.
So that's it. That's
Yeah,
that's
that's the
also like,
thing.
the opposite end of it all, because it's not just the artist, but it's a whole production with the people around you. And of course the label and the agency that green lights your sound and gives you the
Mm.
budget for it.
The
So
label has a lot of
that's why
power
it's
on
quite
their
similar.
artists.
Oh,
Mhm.
100%.
So much
100%.
power over their artists.
Artists
Yeah.
die over the fact that they defy their labels and agents. Oops.
Yep. That is true. I mean,
R.I.P. Oliver Tree.
yeah, I mean, I
Taylor
don't know if
Swift.
you guys noticed, but I don't know if you guys noticed, but the music industry, especially here in the Philippines, or let's say like specifically here in our little island of Cebu, it hasn't been giving off like some loud noises recently. Like it's been very low key, like ever since like when was that? It's 2026 now.
Mm-mm.
Like since the start of 2025. It's been very low key, and
That's
when
true.
I haven't, and I haven't, yeah, I haven't heard a lot of like, especially for Cebuano music. There has been a
Right.
lot.
But at some point, like I remember during the pandemic, there was kind of like a peak. Like I remember, Uwu from Sundown was like a trend. Was a
Yeah.
trendy
Oh yeah, okay.
sound.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember.
Those were the days.
Yeah.
So like I remember that like there was at some point where like the Wongoys were there, like all these
Yeah.
local bands were like kind of everywhere, and like it's very quiet now. Like it's very very quiet now.
Yeah,
So-
and that's because of one's the label, and two is because a lot of people have been pressuring their artists to create something new that would resonate
Yeah.
the current generation, where they're not even sure of whether what they make would actually resonate, because most of the time making music is about being able to like express and like being able to like empathize and connect to the context that you make within your music. But nowadays it's just like it's either for convenience or something else, because it's
Yeah.
very
For
rare that you
profit.
actually see, yeah, exactly, it's for profit, which is the reason why Suno's there. But never mind,
Like,
let's not go.
but-
Let's go.
But also, truth be told, for the local scene, I think, like, truth be told, I think also the pandemic like kind of cut short like whatever momentum they had, because like
Yeah.
a lot of like local artists here get discovered through live performances and gigs. Like I didn't hear about like I didn't hear like Ouija's for example Ouija Kun, who from Sepia Times, like I didn't hear his like music up until like I heard it live, and I was like, oh shit, his music's good, let me like put that in there. I didn't really it's a lot of like live music back in the day would have like done so much for a lot of these artists, like Francis Co, for example. Absolutely amazing artist. I've only learned of his existence because of like a live gig. Bands like Megami Acorde from Manila, they're famous like in the indie scene, but like if you never heard of them and and you only went to like a live gig because you were curious and you'd hear them, that's when you realize, oh shit, they're great. Let me listen to them. And there is a point in time where like there were a lot of events going on with like here in Cebu, like 2018, 2019, right? Where like bands upon bands upon bands were like presenting, and then suddenly all of that gets cut short at like 2020, 2021, especially 2021. I feel because of like the whole like because of the whole hurricane and stuff. Like we're at a process of rebuilding because like there's a lot of like labels now for like the local bands. It's not like back then. I think it was just Two to Tango and Melt. I think, or it was. Am I wrong? I might be wrong. Don't don't take me like don't
Yes.
yeah, like take it with a grain of salt. Like if you have salt in the kitchen, take it with a grain of salt. So now there's like more labels, more bands and stuff like that, but like not there's like a lot of people are kind of like just moving away from that. Some labels also choose to like remove their artists from certain platforms. I know there's a label in Cebu that removed their artists from Spotify because they don't want to support Spotify,
Oh yeah.
for example.
Spotify is that.
So there's that. And it wasn't the choice of the artist, it was the choice of the label. That was a can of worms that got opened. Like that's their own story to tell. I can't really tell that story because I don't know all the details, but it has happened. So yeah, once again, it goes back to like labels doing things that might or might not benefit their artists, and it has happened in the local scene as well.
Yeah, and that is true. Like, I remember like the early 2020s or even like 2018. Like I remember, artists like Lourdes was like kind of popping off. And
Let's
then
go, Lourdes!
Yes, yeah. She sounds great. Like, I've heard her live. She's awesome.
Amazing, amazing.
I cried.
Yeah, so-
I cried when she was in Ayala Central Block and I had to do live voiceover of her, and she was raising funds for her cancer treatment, and she sung in a way where it was like one of the best performances of her life because she didn't know if she still had any days to live. So that was an absolute beautiful experience.
I didn't even know she was our student until like I
Oh
realized.
my, she was batch too.
Yeah, and no, when she talked, and I was like, "Oh, hi, I'm Lourdes," yada yada yada. I'm like, Lourdes, and why does your voice sound so familiar? Why do you sound so familiar? And then like I was just holding it in when I realized, oh my god, it's Lourdes. But yeah,
Yeah, lucky for her, she don't give 2 cents
Oh.
about what the neighbors say. Darling, she's a-okay. Can I present to you a conspiracy theory regarding the decline of maybe some local acts or the community in general in Cebu?
Go,
Just-
Yeah, we're all into it.
Did you guys notice that the decline of our, ground and grassroots for when it comes to events for music and artists and music is, maybe coincidentally attached to the rapid incline of pickleball?
Bombastic side eye.
No. Okay. Hear me out.
There's a lot of
Hear
shade.
me out.
okay,
Hear me out.
okay.
Hear me
Put
out.
the pins. Put like
Hear me out.
yeah, like put the strings
My
on the pins.
boyfriend who wants
Let's
to
see
get
where this
into
leads.
professional pickleballing is side eyeing me right now, and in no way is this an unbiased opinion. It's just an observation. I mean, if you think about it, Ruben, since you talked about the Wongoys and how especially they were really, the momentum was up with their Hi Hello album, and it soared when it went to organic because they were in Waterfront when that happened too, right? So
Yep.
the community was so engrossed in music because this was something that they wanted to do in their pastime. Cut to the chase now. Most of the parking lots that were used for outdoor shows are now converted into pickleball tournament places and areas. Every single parking lot you see is a potential pickleball place. And I don't know about you. Let me say this. Wongoys made a song about pickleball. And they're always in the court now. So not to say that pickleballing is the direct cause of why maybe a lot of people are getting into it. It's a good thing, it's a geriatric sport that they turn competitive, sure. But maybe this is something worth noting and studying, that
There
people
has-
are spending
there
a
has
lot
been
of
an
their
influx of
time
pickleball
and people are
spaces.
spending a lot of their money. A single fucking paddle costs 15K. That's already like
yeah.
how many concert tickets?
Wow.
And that's not to say That's different
Oh,
from
yeah,
their
yeah, yeah.
whole entire suit. That's different from the hourly pay that you get. And I'm not saying that it's bad. Go do your side quests, do your thing. And if you really want to get into it, sure, do pickleball every day. But that might be some good observation to do. I'll
Uh,
just say it. That's a conspiracy theory. That's a hot take.
I'm not surprised about the
Yeah,
pickleball paddle
that
being
makes
like
sense.
15,000 pesos. By the way,
Fuck.
It's a
my dad
Love
plays
pickleball.
tennis and like his racket's like 20,000.
Oh
So
my god. That's already your course. That's already your Terra Strong voice course for an entire lifetime.
I
Just so you know.
know, but
Just
that's
so you
not my
know.
money.
I know. Sell it. I'm kidding. I like pickleball. Pickleball players who are listening, you guys are cool.
You know what I
Sure.
I think you know how like pickleball blew up here in Cebu. I think it should have been bouldering instead. That's what I think. I think
No,
yeah.
there's only one
Yeah.
gym. There's only one gym. I don't
That's
need
what-
more boulders.
That's,
If there's
no,
Could've been
but,
gyms,
volleyball,
then
man.
sure. There's only one gym. Oh
no,
my
but
God.
that's why though. If it blew up, then there would have had more gyms then.
Actually, you're right. Yeah, actually, please blow up.
But yeah, that does make a lot of sense, Claire. Like,
Unfortunately.
don't cancel us, pickleball
another-
lovers.
No, we love you guys. Go,
Another super
go
expensive
dig,
hobby that
go in
people
your
are doing
kitchen.
is the fun runs. Do you guys feel anything weird about
that's
the
so
fun
expensive.
runs?
Shoes.
They are now very
Yeah.
expensive, way more
Oh,
expensive than just
no.
fun runs for a cause.
I had not noticed that actually.
They have
I'm not in
become
that
commercialized way too much, similar
Okay,
to
let's see
pickleball.
how much a pair of
It-
hokas cost.
Isn't a fun run already like I don't know like a marketing tactic at this point?
Yeah, it got commercialized way too much.
Yo,
Yep,
you're
yep.
telling me running shoes are like 15,000 pesos? That's ridiculous.
Not only that, it's the kits too, right? Like you obviously have to pay the entrance
Right.
fees and the kits and all that stuff. I don't know how you guys do it, man. Like I start having I start having a hard time breathing after like 10 minutes of walking. So
We're gym bros, dude. So like, never
Oh, yeah,
cardio
fun.
never existed in our vocabulary.
but yeah,
All we do is lift big rock.
Your climate.
You can climb big rock.
Nowadays, I climb big rock, but back then, I used to just lift big rock.
big
Big
rock.
rock lift you.
Big rock make me happy, you know.
Uh, but you know, I gotta ask guys, like you guys see like, while we were trying to dox you, you guys go way back. Maybe you guys can give more context to the audience how the three of you met. How do you guys know each other?
Oh.
Everything, you know, talk
days.
about
Yeah.
talk about collab, talk about everything. We'd love to hear more.
Well, if you want to talk about how we met each other, probably I might start with like Claire didn't realize that I existed until I met her again in Red Trident. Because I've seen her multiple times ever since the start of Archon. And I was like, okay.
Red Trident. Damn.
Yep.
A very
Ancient.
That's an old ass name.
it's an old ass.
Yeah. I mean,
we
but
missed
yeah.
Red Trident.
Yes.
I miss Red
But
Trident.
yeah.
Like,
But yeah, like if we're just gonna be talking about how we met each other, it's more like I've already known Claire ever since the first of Archon, but she doesn't know me until we formally met each other in Red
I'm
Trident.
sorry.
Fine. I mean, it's not like you remember everyone that you meet. I mean, that's already been like what?
Oh my god, do I have a story for that? Like random side story about
Yeah.
So there was a wedding that I attended of one of my best girlfriends like a while back. And so this guy just showed up on our table, and you know the kind of person who I am. I'm very warm, and I probably don't know you, but of course I'll hug you and I'll ask how you were. And they asked him, "So, were you invited to the wedding later?" Guys, I was talking to the groom. It was bad. It was bad. Like that is the extent of, I know, that is the extent of how I do not know faces and names, so I apologize, Nate. Go back to your story.
You're fine. You're fine. But yeah, that's pretty much how I know about Claire. Ernest, on the other hand, I knew him because fine arts, because I used to be like a guidance counselor for the fine arts department in San Carlos. So yeah, that's how I know
We've run
about
into
you.
each other there. Yeah, okay.
You know, we have a lot of mental problems. That's so cool.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen your archives.
Hell
I've
yeah,
seen your
dude.
archives. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But we got like formally get to formally know each other, like especially on a more personal level. Probably that was after Red Trident or during Red Trident. Gosh, Red Trident was the start of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Start
That's,
of a
I
lot
guess,
of our careers. Red Trident.
Yep.
majority of how I met you guys was through the Cebu game dev industry.
Yeah.
I feel like I really gotten to know you guys, seeing you in your fields and seeing all of the amazing things that you do and how passionate you guys were. I feel like it started because Archon wanted to work with the Cebu game dev industry, and the more that I delve deeper into that, oh my gosh, I I applaud you guys and the things that you do. And amidst all of the uncertainty and all of the chaos that is in this world, you have your little corner in your family, and you just want to play games and you just want to have fun with everybody and you want to make an impact in this world. So that was great. When I met Ernest, by the way, we were in like a bus and he was like, "Hey, do you want to listen to my Little Pony remix?" That was
my
like
God.
Dude, actually, yeah. No, for real. No, that is true. That is true.
What the hell?
a brony
That is
thing.
true.
Let's go.
Brony confirmed.
That is true. And no,
Not even lying.
nowadays, but yeah, no, I remember, I remember being just basically meeting Claire in college, and and our friend group has been tightly knit since then. I feel,
Yeah.
and we've been each other's rock, like the entire friend group till today, actually. Yeah, like to this day, like we've been each other's rock, and like it's been such a great experience with everyone. And for Nate, like formally meeting Nate was back in Tops, I feel, where we actually struck a
Tops.
conversation. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, was it Tops or was I some
I think it was
in that stupid ass, yeah, it was Tops. In that stupid ass restaurant with that
Ah.
stupid ass group.
Oh
yeah,
no, that
yeah,
was
yeah,
not
yeah,
your first
yeah, yeah,
time.
let-
That was not your first time. That's crazy.
No, formally meeting him.
Formally.
Meeting him. Yeah.
What? I got you two together because of the cult that I was part of?
Yes, it
Yeah.
was your fault. Like,
I'm so sorry. That was your first meeting. It should have been more special.
It
Come
was
on.
special.
could it
was
really
spe-
be that special?
I mean, right now
It
it's.
stops.
I mean, now you could say that it is special because we share a special hatred for a certain cult.
And
Yeah,
that's how
who's
collab
very
came to
pro
be.
AI, by the way.
I know. You know what? I'm so glad the stream stopped because he low-key stalks us. So maybe there is a reason why the stream has stopped.
The stream's not.
Because
Is
it
it
was
stopped?
leading there. No, it's not. It's
Live?
ongoing. It's
Live?
ongoing.
It's still live.
It's
It's
live?
It's ongoing.
live.
Oh my
It's ongoing.
god! No! Take that out! Take that out!
Anyway, no, we didn't. No, look. It's a
My people-pleasing tendencies can never.
He is way behind us now. There's no,
No, look,
there's no
okay,
need to
here's-
fear him.
Yeah, and look, here's the thing. We didn't say anything. We just said cult. It could be anything. We didn't say a specific we didn't say specific persons, specific names, or specific groups, right? So we're
What's he gonna-
safe.
My
What's he gonna
temples
do?
right
Like talk
now.
shit about us in his next Zoom call? Come on, dude.
He probably already had. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Oh, real mature of him then.
Gosh. Oh, I'm scared.
It's okay. It's
I'm
okay. It's
scared of
okay.
that,
It's
man.
okay, Ruben will scrub it out in the stream.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Don't
No, we
worry.
didn't
But,
mention
you
any
know,
names. No names, no nothing.
Yep. No names.
Could
no
be
nothing.
anyone.
Could
It
be
could
anyone.
Could be anyone.
Yeah.
Could be anyone.
So, but you guys did mention collab. So, and I think
Collab
that's
mention.
kind of where collab mentioned. So that's kind of where a lot of the community is getting nurtured. Although it did become a bit quiet, but it's still there,
Mhm.
right? I mean,
they still
you guys
exist.
do a lot of
Ooh,
workshops and a
love
lot
it.
of collab members attend. Um, maybe you guys can talk about it some more, how it started. Besides, outside of the outside of the cult thing, but like, talk about your
Is
favorite
the
mean,
cult thing
experiences
really
there.
essential
Good,
part
good
of it?
memories.
Damn.
I
Right.
Good
mean,
memories.
if you think about it, it's just a bunch of like it started with a bunch of voice actors who wanted to continue mastering their voice, I guess, or but then like we wanted more creatives involved. Like at least that's how I saw it. But like Claire has probably a more thorough
Oh
description of it.
no. Oh no. Are we live?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh
we
yeah,
are.
I'll
we
be
can
as
live.
vague and as general as possible. Collab started out of spite,
Out of
or
sight.
what this was the group that was supposed to happen organically with that one group that we started off, and things just went askew, or okay, we had creative differences is what it was, right? So then we tried to jump on, what if we just made our own little community, and we didn't need to be limited by all of the different people who were trying to regulate us, who were trying to do certain things, or exploit us, I would say. So we just wanted this to be a community filled with people who really loved what they did and grow as different people who collaborated with artists and musicians and just anyone who wanted to get off the 9 to 5 grind and who just wanted a community to be there to make
I'll
some
make my
stuff
own
with.
theme park. I'll
Yeah.
make my own theme park with blackjack and hookers, right? That's pretty much it.
And we cannot talk about collab without talking about the one, the only Jed Galyamak,
Oh,
who
yeah.
is
Yeah, we miss him.
we miss him. We miss you,
We
bro.
missed him so much.
He was nominated as the very first president of collab because apparently in the other group he did very well, and he rounded the troops against whatever that was, right? And so he
Yeah.
did so well. And the thing about Jed Galyamak, if you guys don't know him, he is a voice actor here in Cebu who has had a thriving career, all self-made, by the way. He has the voice of
Mhm.
angel and demons combined. He is an amazing guy with incredible range, and he was gone way too soon. But the legacy that he left behind is still growing with the community that he left behind, who is doing their own thing as well. He's still here, and he is at the heart of what collab is all about. It's all about
Mhm.
embracing people and their unique quirks and their differences and their talents and their weaknesses and their strengths, and it's just a place where people can just be themselves unapologetically, unconditionally, and that's what
Yep.
collab is all about.
Definitely. And um, you know, what caught me by surprise with Jed is that, like, because we were very good friends back in college, and I never thought he'd be like the leader type. He would always just be in the corner, sharing the most unhinged shit to me and whispering the most
Yeah.
unhinged shit to me. So it really caught me by surprise. Like I'm pretty sure he started out sending us um, Carl Weezer voice impressions, and he was like, "Oh, I'll give this a shot." And then I remember we were one of his early viewers when he first posted his like smut ASMR stuff on
Oh my
YouTube.
gosh.
Bro, send it to
Are
your
we going back
friends.
to the whole boyfriend?
What a
Send
man!
it to
What a
your
man!
friends.
Boyfriend ASMR thing that he did. That was his. Look, that's his dark past. All right, let's not open.
Well,
That's
No,
the
but
legacy
like-
he left behind. Nate just doesn't want us to talk about it because that's one of his projects with Jed. Am I right?
Whoa,
That was one of it, but let's not talk about it because the man's already. Look, the man can fight. All right,
The man can't
fight.
defend himself.
Yeah.
But no, the one thing I can say is like, despite the fact that he was, like, he put on like he had a nervous like outward appearance to him, like he
Mhm.
he did have those nerves on him, but no, like he was one of the most accommodating and most understanding people that
Yeah.
that was in the group, and it just made sense for him to be the guy.
Yep.
It just made so much sense because like he actually notices like when somebody's like having trouble with like the little things and stuff like that, or even just like I've always noticed that he notices when somebody needs a place to sit, somebody needs to eat, and he notices like other things, from the little things to the bigger things. He knows how to accommodate people, and that was like the one thing I noticed with him, even though most of the time he was just a big messy nervous like mess most of the time, right? An unhinged guy basically. But yeah, like that was the one thing I realized with like hanging out with Jed. We're not, admittedly, he's not like he and I were not as close as I wanted to be, but like he was absolutely amazing. Like amazing to work with, amazing to play League of Legends with, and like just amazing to mess around with. Great guy.
Yeah. And you know, he is the reason why I'm in Capriccioso now. Like he's the one
Yeah.
who sent me the link and stuff. So
Yeah.
Jed
Oh.
recommended Ruben.
yeah, I remember I was so nervous when I applied and
You're in
then
a fucking parking lot, bro.
Oh.
Yeah, and then like I was super nervous. Like Dane sounded really strict because Jed made a GC with me and Dane
Wait,
in
wait, hold on.
Discord,
It sounds
and then
I sound
and
strict.
then
The hell?
and then Dane was like, by the way, Jed, like I won't be replying to this GC. We'll just keep it in our thread and stuff. I'm like, oh
No,
damn,
that's
okay, this
because
is
I
some serious
keep
shit though.
forgetting to reply. I
Damn.
keep
I was
forgetting
like,
to reply
whoa.
in DM, so I let other people
I was like,
Damn,
God
Dane.
fucking
sometimes.
damn.
You stood on business.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, it's a nice this was a nice road through memory lane. But I really hope that like you guys can eventually like jumpstart a lot of this stuff again because you guys did get very busy at some point. I remember, we did get very busy at some point, and you know I do hope that you guys do find the time to eventually get back at it again.
I really,
You know,
I
even-
really hope so too. Yeah, I think more than anything, it's on my end because I did a lot of the operations work, and you know, we did the framework with Gab and Jed, and also Ben was part of it, and so we'd have like weekly meetings and everything, and we would execute all of these workshops. We had a roadmap of everything that was planned like 3 years, 5 years ahead of what we wanted to do, and I feel like I still need to process this in therapy. I feel like part of the reason why I'm not doing a lot of initiatives for collab anymore is because it's just way too painful to start working on something that you knew you were working alongside somebody who was really special, and since he's not there anymore, you just don't have the strength to carry it forward. So I put it on the back burner for the longest time, and I apologized to everybody in collab, and I did apologize to them publicly. I think it's just maybe it's on the way. It'll organically get there
Yeah.
or when people would step up for those who would like to actually, you know, do the legwork and do the brain work of it all. I
Yes.
encourage you all to do that. I feel like
Somebody
it's
needs
also
to be a
part-
spark plug, I feel.
Yeah, I feel like it's also part of the trentahin where like my joints would hurt and my heart hurts more. So it's hard for
God.
me to get back into the groove. So next generation, step up. Let's go.
Oh man.
And I definitely understand where you guys are coming from in terms of that. I mean, not just that. Like, you guys are very busy. Like, outside of collab, you guys have a lot of stuff going on. So maybe you guys have some advice for like the
Aw.
artists who are trying to get out there. How do you guys avoid burnout? Like, you guys are doing so much things, dealing with so much clients. Like,
Maybe the
Avoid?
Wait, hold on. Maybe someone either Ernest or Claire would start with that because burnout is
Okay.
still pretty much valid in my domain. I mean, truth be told,
Aw.
even up until now, I'm still burnt out.
Who
Aw,
can
Nick.
tell? Maybe I'm burnt out, maybe I'm not, right? But no, like sometimes there's just that feeling where even when it stops being fun, you know you have to because it's been something that you've wanted for like a long time. At least for me as a creative, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm so tired, I don't want to do anything, but I have to. But there's so many ways to approach burnout, and this is my approach. It's basically because I'm doing this full time. I'm a full-time voiceover full-time freelance. There's that sense of urgency in my head where I have to. And I think that's the only thing that's been pushing me. And like I've things that remind me that like all of this work is worth it. Like little breaks here and there. Like I've been planning probably around December, probably gonna spend like two nights in like a beach resort somewhere and just not think about things. there's just these little things that remind me that the work I'm doing is worth it. Like yesterday, my house got cleaned. I have a new air conditioner. It's these little things, like material, physical things, sure, but like it keeps me intact. It keeps me on track to like think that like, oh, even if it's tiring, even if like I'm out, I have to do it. And don't be afraid to like, and in between that, don't be afraid to take breaks. Breaks, I think, are important because like burnout usually happens when you've really like spilled all of yourself all over the floor onto everything, and then you never took a break. At least that's for me. That's my personal like way to avoid burnout is just balance myself with breaks and like remind myself that everything I'm doing is worth it.
And that's
That's
beautiful.
pretty much it. Yeah.
To add to what Ernest said a while ago, because remember when I gave him the opportunity for the fight ring? The funniest thing about that was I get opportunities like this all the time where people ask me, that was supposed to be me. And I was like, yo, what the fuck, no.
You'd sound amazing there.
Yeah, but the thing is, that wasn't my niche. That wasn't what made me happy. And
Fair,
if I
fair.
see violence on stage, that reflects with maybe post-traumatic disorder of the violence I had at home way back when I was a kid. So I'm like, nope, not putting myself back in there. So the reason why I got Ernest the gig was, I don't know, just one fine sunny day, he told me it was his dream to do fight matches on stage. And that was way before I got the opportunity. So actually, Ernest spoke it into truth because he was at the top of my mind because he was very intentional about where he wanted to go, which is exactly why I ask all of my students at the beginning of our voice lab sessions this: what is your dream voice role? You have to be very specific about your dream. You have to be very specific about what brand you want to work with or how you picture yourself working for or putting your voice into some place. Like it might be the airplane or the radio or the grocery. The reason why is that goal prepares yourself for the dream, for you to take the opportunities once it gets here, right? And it also is kind of like your guiding compass. So when there are stuff along the way, there are opportunities that are given to you that you feel isn't really meant for you because you already have a direction of where you need to go, you can actually gift that to somebody else. It would mean the world to them, right? Because it might not, the fight ring might not mean a lot to me, but it would mean the world for Ernest because that's something that he really wanted. So
Yeah.
community is so important in a way that the space is so big for everybody and there will always be opportunities to take that's right for you. And this is how you counter burnout because there's so much power in saying no so you can rest and so you can prepare yourself for opportunities that are meant for you. You have to have a roadmap of where you want to go. Take some things along the way, some side quests, yes, but if there are big opportunities that you know might be fit for somebody else because somebody voiced them out that was their dream, gift it to them. And also, you have to process this, especially for those who are overworking and compensating because they felt like they need to prove themselves. I was there, I was in my 20s, I understand that. You have to ask yourself questions like, why do you feel like you don't deserve rest? Why do you feel like you don't deserve to exist if you're not productive? Because life isn't about the glorious chase of the ultimate version of who you are, to the point of giving so much, to the point of burning yourself out, to the point of actually dying. And that has happened.
It has.
Life is about these little tiny moments of, telling yourself that you are good enough to exist without the names, without the roles, without the distinctions. You yourself are enough. And so that's how you counter burnout. It starts from within. It starts with asking all of these questions, and it starts with believing in yourself and believing that the world is an oyster and the opportunities will fall under your lap when you are ready, and you don't have to chase it. It comes to you when you are ready. And somehow it's okay in between to just bed rot. It's okay in between to hang out with your friends, to fucking play pickleball. That's fine.
Yes. We're not judging you, ballers. Pickle ballers.
Yep. Pickle your
you
balls
ballers?
or whatever the fuck you guys do.
Pickleball.
But like someone from the chat was asking,
Oh, no.
In relation
Oh
to
no.
burnout,
Oh,
have you
no.
ever questioned whether working in a field you're passionate about was actually the right move?
Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
God, all the
Mm,
time. It's
yeah.
so prevalent in our culture that it's called
Universal.
imposter syndrome.
Yep.
Everybody gets through that. Everyone. Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Like imposter syndrome is hard to overcome. I think no matter what I do, I'll always like there's always that little voice at the back of your head that tries to compare you to like other people. I'll always say that like everybody in this room is more talented than me, but they can't do what I do. I think that's
Mhm.
the one thing that I keep telling myself. Like everybody in the room is more talented than me, but like the way I do my thing, they can't do how I do it. And
Mm-mm.
that's the one thing that like keeps me going.
Mhm.
Right.
And I've never questioned whether or not like this was the right path for me because like it's been the funnest path so far.
Oh yeah.
But I will always question my own ability. And I think that's a hurdle that's hard
Mm-mm.
to overcome. But I but as much as possible you need to really gain that confidence to realize that you are you and you shouldn't compare yourself to like everybody in the room. There's no way there's no way that like there's no way that like what do you call this comparing yourself to other people in the room is healthy.
Oh yeah.
There's no way.
Oh,
But that's
got
why
you.
like I tell myself that oh sorry, but yeah, I wasn't finished, I was just fiddling with something. I that's why like for me like my counterplay against like imposter syndrome is always telling myself that despite all that I am me and they get me for me,
Mm-mm.
and that's it.
True.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to say when it comes to, especially when it comes to imposter syndrome. Like, whether you're a student or a continuing professional or even a veteran, they would definitely tell you that it's always there. It's always there, no matter how old or how seasoned you are.
Hmm.
Just like I mean, it's pretty much the same as how Claire and Ernest like pointed out. Like, put it and put it out. It's how you manage it. I mean, you have Ernest with his, I know you have Ernest with his little mantra that actually helps him keep going. Claire with her, I know, Claire with her motivation. In my case, it's really just a matter of resting. Because
Resting.
this one speaking from this one
Nate
speaking
and
from
resting.
experience, and how many times the both of you have been up my ass with resting.
Mm-hmm. Nate, have you
Nate and
eaten
resting.
yet? Nate,
Yeah,
did you get
that's the
sleep?
constant reminder. Have you
Every
slept?
time
Have
I
you
greet,
eaten?
that's my
Usually not
greeting
in the
for
same
Nate when we see
sentence.
each other. Nate,
Gosh.
what did you eat for breakfast? Nate, do you
Uh,
bugas?
There's a
Nate, my
constant update in the
food.
group chat whenever we hang out with Nate that we take pictures of him eating. So
look,
people are reminded, "Oh my goodness, he ate. Thank goodness."
look. I mean, among the three of us, I guess you could say like I'm like the, I don't know, like an example of trying not to get burned out, but still getting burned out. That still getting burnt out anyways.
And you're the
'Cause-
psychology major.
yeah, I know. Ironic, isn't it? But yeah, though, like, you know, for me, like, one part of countering burnout for me is like having people like Claire and Ernest being able to like
Aww.
remind like yeah, reminding me about eating and stuff and resting. And speaking of resting, it's also like I don't I don't know if you sorry for putting back the Chinese thing again. Sorry, it's usually Chinese
There we go
proverbs.
Jesus,
again.
my goodness. Just say the proverb.
All right, Mr. Fortune Cookie, go ahead. No, like
And basically, it's there's basically this saying that I've read from like one book, or probably that was from one, I don't know, like from a talk with a monk where there'll be uh like sometimes they would just sit down even though like there's a lot of people going through, and then there was this one guy asking like, why are you just sitting down, why wouldn't you just move or like
Mm-mm.
do around, be productive, and be like, and this one monk just said like he's sitting down because he wants his soul to catch up to him.
Oh, that's
So it's kind of like,
beautiful.
so it kind of says like, no, our ever dynamic environment keeps on moving fast, right?
Yes.
It moves so fast, so quick. A lot of things go in and out. Like if you don't actually nail this one right now, you might lose
Yeah,
it
yeah.
forever. like, I mean, you guys can tell. You guys have experienced it, like with opportunities, or probably with other stuff, or maybe some like, like the whole like hit the iron while it's hot kind of thing. But there is that, no, there is that importance of trying to get your soul to catch up to you, because even though that you're fast paced, you can even though you're fast paced, or even though I'm in this fast paced, ever dynamic world that we live in, there's a limit to how much bandwidth my brain can handle, that I needed to
True.
stop, because just recently I've had a lot of things that I needed to compose. Like I have like 80 sound effects that I needed to finish.
Damn.
And then there's like this one soundtrack that thankfully I was able to finish, but it took me like 3 months to finish, because it was okay. So it's a 6-minute long soundtrack, but this 6-minute long soundtrack needs to have 3 motifs, and and each segment has to loop in itself individually. So it's like a continuous, infinite soundtrack in just 6 minutes.
Wow.
So I was mulling hard with that, but thankfully I was able to finish it off. But in between those months, I did had a lot going on, and I was chronically burnt out to the point that I felt that I was spread out too thin, and that's when it hit me of like, I need to stop, sit down, not do anything related to work, and let my soul
Yeah.
catch up,
Yeah.
because I don't have enough time to go mermaid diving. I don't have enough time to go bouldering. I'm mostly inside my studio cave doing things and making sure that I survive the next month.
Mm.
We're dragging you out for dinner one of these days, I swear.
Take this as a sign, Nate.
It's a
It's
sign.
a
Maybe.
more
I
than a sign.
appreciate
It's like a demand letter.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The
We're
man-
gonna have pots and pans and like signs outside your home. Tung, 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 tung.
I hate that our society assigns value on humans based on how capitalistically productive they are. Like, why
Oh,
can't
yeah.
we just
Oh,
exist?
God.
That's what we all used to do, but here we are, paying taxes. I
That's
just want to
the
be a
thing.
cow.
Yeah, that's the system that we were built around, the rat race, and for you to be able to get out of that rat race, it takes great privilege and a lot of money in your bank account for you not to think about
Parents.
what food you're gonna take and how to pay your bills, and if you
Yeah,
can
and-
pay for your rent the next day.
Yeah, and I mean, unfortunately, we're also Asian.
Oh no, what's this
Are we
racist grin
con-
again?
Are we even considered Asian?
No,
We're
I get it.
Filipinos.
I get it.
Out of
I
this
get
thing.
exactly what
We're
he means.
Asians,
We're
in the first
Asian.
place.
Filipinos are
Culturally.
okay, here's the
Filipino
thing.
Asians.
Filipinos are Asians. We're basically the Latin Asian of Asia.
We're geographically
We're
It is
Latina.
true.
Ese. Sorry. Go back. To your point.
Yo!
I did not deserve
All right,
that
Holmes,
silence.
you better calm the
There's
fuck
an
down.
even worse
Tranquilo,
question.
tranquilo.
Here's a question from
Oh.
chat, by the way, guys. Don't you think it's a red flag? From the Rippler 7. Don't you think it's a red flag when you hear people in the industry keep having professional relationship issues here and there?
What do you mean by that?
I have no
Context.
idea.
So
Ooh,
you
that's
mean like when
spicy.
when the industry is dying kind of thing?
I have no idea.
No,
Professional
no.
relationship issues.
I think what they mean is like individuals who burn bridges
Oh yeah,
professionally all
yeah.
Okay, because
Oh.
I interpreted it as like a spicy relationship at work kind of thing.
Mhm.
Okay,
No,
got it.
Okay.
the time. Because there's a person that went into my mind and then disappeared, and I can't really say his name.
Okay.
Oh, he's constantly in my mind, for sure.
Mhm.
There is.
I think I know who you meant there. Okay, I will not.
There's just sometimes sometimes you have to master professionalism one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So like bridges do get burnt when like there are like ideological like differences here and there, sure,
Right.
but there has to be this acceptance that sometimes even if you don't like these people, you have to work with them because of the fact that like one, it's for your career, but two, it's also like who knows what kind of like amazing thing you might be able to make together, right? I think as a creative, like it doesn't matter if you don't like somebody, but if you know something good's gonna come out of like you two working together, you should still do it. Like, come on, guys! Like John Lennon, Paul McCartney, and George Harrison hated each other, and Ringo's just there.
Yoko Ono.
Uh, yeah, sure, but but those four alone, right? Ringo's just there; he's just chilling. But those four alone, like they created the Beatles, and you know Paul and John hated each other, and George hated Paul, right? So it's one of those things. Yeah, it's one of those. In that instance, they still created something amazing together, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, sure, ideologically, you can choose not to work with certain people. And I think some voice actors also mentioned that, like, even if you do have, like, moral fiber within you, sometimes you have to swallow that sometimes.
Sometimes.
Because how can you fight, how can you support the cause if you're not able to eat or live and stuff like that, right? So sometimes, yeah, like burning bridges is kind of a red flag, but like there are some whose bridges were burnt not by their own accord, but because of their own actions. Does that make sense? Like they weren't the ones to burn the bridge,
Yeah.
but like because of their actions, that bridge is burnt. That's a red flag.
I see. Something related
I feel-
that Rippler is also asking, the Rippler 7. What criteria do you consider when deciding to accept a collab work / project? I think this is in relation to the professional relationship thing, I guess.
I think it's personally. I think like if I like the story or I like the script or I like what the cause is. For example, like veterinary clinics, I've done commercials for them. I don't charge high because like I like the stuff that they do. Does that make sense?
Yes, of course.
Even
Yeah,
if you
right?
hate the people you're working with.
Or even if like even if I think they're a headache to work with, yeah.
Because
about you guys?
hypothetically speaking, the cause is bigger than the beef, and I get that. So there are two sides of the coin. Because of course, I do a lot of nonprofit work as well. In fact, I stretch my patience so thin, and sometimes I even do pro bono work if we all believe in that cause. But then that also borderlines space for exploitation to happen. So somehow you gotta have safeguard and protection in that way, because then that'll eventually lead to burnout. Because when when it does affect your health and when it does affect your life in a way where it just messes you up and puts you in a spiral of negativity, then it's time to cut the bridge and cut loose and to burn that bridge. So I'm coming from the space of somebody who has burned bridges before, but it doesn't mean that we can't be civil with each other, and it doesn't mean that we can't work together with each other, because professionalism and work ethic has always been my top priority. But
Ding, ding,
how to
ding.
counter burnout is to really sit with yourself, and before accepting an opportunity, you really have to look at everybody else's work ethic and professionalism, their track record. You have to really see if the project is feasible, because sometimes people can just come to you with a proposal and a concept and an idea, but they don't know how to execute it. And you're stuck in a role where you have to put so much of yourself in it, especially if you're a type A personality, then you have to get everything else going, because people just don't know how to work with that. And you don't deserve that headache. And ultimately, somehow, if you can see that along the line, you don't have the right team to make something that big, it's better if you kind of step back and, tell yourself there will be another opportunity for another day, right? And you wish them well, you support them in whatever way, you share their causes, but you don't necessarily need to be in the line of fire if you know that that's not something that you can put your heart and soul and time into. But oh yeah, sorry, somebody was breathing in, and I already know that's a cue.
No. I said I was agreeing with you. Go.
I see. So that's pretty much it. You really have to sit down. You have to let your soul catch up. And it's really a decisive moment when sometimes you have to listen to your gut, sometimes you have to listen to your heart, sometimes you have to think about it logically, the feasibility and the perspective of this coming together to make it happen. And if your whole entire body resonates and vibrates and says yes with every ounce of fiber in your being, nobody can stop you. You already know the answer to that. But if you're kind of leaning and trying to decide, well, then the answer is you got to sit down, weigh out the pros and cons, see how the big picture falls into the roadmap of it all. And
And
that's what I can give. Yeah.
yeah, and also like aside from that, also like you said about like what projects to choose, I think background checking like the studio or like
Yeah.
the people that you're working with
Exactly.
is
track
always
record.
like is always good practice, right? For example, if some like even if you like the project that's about to happen and but you can't trust the studio or like the higher ups that are working on it, that's when you start hesitating. That's when you should start like questioning whether or not you
Yep.
want to still do it or not. For example, if somebody says like if like some loud dude in a Kangol hat decides to like say
Oh,
that
no.
like what do you call this?
Very
So-
specific.
Like some loud dude in a Kangol hat decides to say that like oh I like we're gonna work on this beloved project that you know that you probably grew up on.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
do you want to join? And then you look at their track record and it's not really that nice.
Mhm.
It's better to not do it and just wait for the next opportunity for that for that childhood career that you've always wanted, right? Like, there's always
true.
that choice.
And also believe in victims, guys. If somebody speaks out and say they were a victim of exploitation, don't wait for you to be exploited for you to actually experience and say, you know what, you were right. We believe victims here, and we believe in the struggle. So sometimes it's also important to have a listening ear for people who have struggled in a way before you get into the project, because that may be your very fate, just right in front of you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also highlights the importance of the community.
Yes, exactly.
Though I kind of noticed that we don't have much questions about voice acting because this is supposed to be like a voice acting podcast.
It's
I
a
love it. No,
voice
we're
acting
using our
slash-
voices to spread
Yeah.
the messages of what the people need right now. That's voice acting.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
I
I
think
mean, it's
we
the
have one
reality
more
of voice
question.
acting too.
I think we have one more question. So someone said, just curious, was there a moment or maybe a person that gave you the push to do this professionally? What made you realize you were good enough at it to turn into a career and really make something of it? I think this
Oh.
is a step,
Oh wow,
step
that's
a
deep
lot
into the lore.
aspiring voice actors and sound designers are afraid to take.
Yeah.
Uh,
Ah,
well, I guess on my end, that would probably start going back to the Red Trident days. Because, I don't know, have I... Okay, just want to check. Have I told any of you here in Capriccioso how I got into Red Trident in the first place?
I remember it was it for sounds? It was for production related.
Yeah, it
Okay.
was production... One, it was production related, and then the other one was because I was basically kidnapped.
Oh yeah.
Lore drop.
Like in a
lore drop.
van with
Okay,
like
baby.
rope and like a sack.
Okay, let me
Without the rope
explain.
and the
So,
sack, though.
no, it's without the rope and the sack.
Cyanide-filled handkerchief.
No, okay,
Cyanide kills you. You don't you mean like chloroform or something?
No.
You're right.
Okay, let me explain. Because this is how because this is basically how it happens. So, so you guys know that Red Trident was owned by Clint, right?
Yep.
And Clint has brother.
Kenneth.
Kenneth.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's Kenneth.
McNull. Yeah.
Yeah. So Kenneth's basically my best friend, and he knew that I can compose. I can compose stuff, and been doing sound effects for like the longest time, ever since we were like, yeah, ever since like we met in college. So, just so happens that his brother was looking for someone who could do sound. He just had this bright idea to not tell me to meet up with his brother in Ayala and show him my profile, and he was like, hey, you wanna drop off? We wanna drop off somewhere. We also want you to go, like, come with us. And like, okay, sure, I'll just go with you guys since I was already living in Consolacion at that time, so it's like up north. I mean, it's already on the way. Okay, sure, let's go. And then they actually made me go through this. At first, I thought it was like some old warehouse because they like Red
Oh,
Trident
damn.
uh,
Red
for
Trident days,
for
man.
yeah, for people who don't know what Red Trident looked like, I mean, it was a small game studio that's on top of a publishing, like a book publishing warehouse.
I've been
I
there.
didn't know that was a warehouse. Because the first time that they made me go through that warehouse, going up to the
Sketchy.
game studio, yeah, it looks
Sketchy
sketchy
as
as heck.
hell.
But it's dark. Everything was dark. I hear big machines, and then I was like, "Where are we? Why are
Oh
we
no,
here?
they were
What
gonna
is this?"
process you.
Yeah,
At
I
least
was
you
like,
left with two kidneys. Still.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But yeah, like that. So yeah, they just led me inside the warehouse, like through the back, and then it smelled like ink. I was like, "What is this?" And then when we got through the cafe, it's like, "Wait, there was a warehouse before, and now it looks like a freaking library. Like, what is this?" And then they made me go up to the studio, and they're like,
Philosophy. Yeah.
"Okay, you know what? Yeah." And then when we got to the studio, I was like, it literally doesn't really look like much like how you would imagine a studio would be. It's like just one big bedroom
It's a
with
bedroom with computers.
yeah, bedroom with computers and big TVs, a big TV, and then there was a keyboard right in front of the TV. The TV was off at the time, and then they were like, "Hey, Clint at the time was asking me if I could try playing something out of like on the
Damn.
spot, like, oh, okay, sure, like, and then Kenneth here was like, yeah, just try playing around, and then wait, didn't you also do like sound effects back when you were in high school, and then up until now, like, yeah, I did that. Why'd you ask? No, just nothing. Just go continue playing around. Like, okay, sure, and then I just played something on the spot, and then right after I played, Clint was like, okay, we're getting you. Like, huh? Wait, what's this?
You have passed the test.
Yeah, I passed that test. That I didn't know that it was a test. I didn't know I was taking one.
You start today.
The
Yeah, like
chosen one
exactly.
has
I was like,
come forth.
okay, you're gonna be like, yeah, it literally was that. I was like, okay, you're gonna be a composer now because we need a composer. Like, huh? Wait, what was this? What? Huh? How to get here? So yeah, that's basically how I started composing at the first place. That was because of my best friend, who I don't know how he. I mean, I hope he's doing well now. And if it weren't for him, though, I wasn't able to formally meet Claire and Ernest, and I wasn't able to meet the wonderful people here in Capriccioso. And yeah, from that starting point, I guess you could say, if it weren't for him, I wouldn't be here and be where I am right now. Even though, like, doing what you love is a double-edged blade, where it is what you love, at the same time what you love can also kill you at one point.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm still
Too much
grateful
of
though that too much of it. But I'm still grateful though that if it weren't for Kenneth, like sparking that almost dying fire in me, and with sound and audio, I wouldn't be teaching in La Salle. I wouldn't be teaching in De La Salle as a professor. I wouldn't be making all these compositions and sound effects and mentoring some people as well, and being able to meet the people that were in the first slide earlier, like Hyper Potions, and I think that was Rob Landers, and yeah, and if it wasn't for Red China as well, I wouldn't be able to meet with Joe Zija and Sean Chiplock.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Same
I
here.
guess that's
my
my
the early part of my game dev career was in Red Trident. So
It
I
was
learned
Red
so
Trident.
much there.
yeah, like it was a hodgepodge of a lot of stuff. Though that was for
Hell
me
yeah.
and that was me and my story, and I think it's also kind of different with Ernest and Claire as well, especially for these two, because man, you guys have been through thick and thin.
We've been voice actors.
You
Since
mean that
the start.
literally?
Yeah. Like,
But
who do you want to start or should I start mine?
Oh, okay, sure.
Go.
Do you mean go you, go me?
Oh, exactly. Who's going?
But we might have been with each other for like a suffice amount of years, guys, but we can't read each other's minds. Go ahead, Ruben. Pick a dice.
No,
Where
I
Lambo-
think Claire can go first.
Okay, ladies' choice, ladies first. Love that.
Yep.
Women empowerment and Pride Month. Okay, so I guess for mine, those are two very distinct questions, which is what inspired me to get into voice acting and who pushed me to get there. Because what inspired me was when I was a toddler, I was a kid. You know, my parents were quite overprotective, and I didn't really have like a lot of space to grow when it came to having friends or going outside. And I'd look at the window and see everybody else playing, and I was incredibly jealous of them. But I had television and more than anything Cartoon Network, Disney, Nickelodeon. Like I grew up with those as cartoons and they were my friends. And so that gave me like a piece of comfort to know that I had those growing up, and I think that's also one of the reasons why I have the same kind of cadence, the way that I speak, the intonations and everything. But what I noticed growing up was that most of the kids need that, like a role model for them to look up to. And that was always my dream, to voice these characters one day that would be iconic in children's television, or that a whole generation would grow up to. And so that was the trajectory of how I wanted to get into voice acting and voiceover. Like I repeated commercials ever since I was a kid, and some of my friends would kind of bully me for it because I would be repeating it nonstop. That was practice, if you think about it that way. I was practicing like a lot. I was annoying as a kid. I was a little yapper. And so growing up, when I learned that there was an opportunity for you to do voices and get paid for it and have a livelihood with it, then I started trying to find opportunities to get there. And the first one that really believed in me and knocked on my door was What to Play. It was. I didn't think of that as work because I thought of that as ground zero. That was a group of people who were making something out of themselves and elevating the status of Cebuano videographers and animators and gamers. And I was one of them together with Ernest. And sometimes you don't believe in yourself and you need someone else to kind of push you into the job. And then you gain the confidence of saying, oh, wow, I could actually do this and I can even further my craft. So that is what I center majority of the things that I do today on, especially when it comes to helping other people realize that they have the voices within them. It's really just you need this one person to believe in you, to know that you have what it takes. And then that sets you on a course for the rest of your life. So I want to be that person for the kids, for hopefully the dream is still alive to voice a cartoon character for kids growing up, and sort of doing coaching and mentorship on the side, hoping that people can find the voices that they hide inside, because there will always be a voice inside that is waiting to come out. You just have to listen to it. Now it's time for Ernest.
All right.
Okay, what inspires me, right? What inspired me to be a voice actor was practically the same path. The whole, like, cartoons and animation and all that. But I think, like, mine was a bit more on the, aside from, like, Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon and all that. I was still a kid. I didn't really know much about it, but I used to replicate, like, I learned English because of like Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon.
Yeah, same.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but aside from that, like, what really got me into like doing voices, I think, was internet animation, internet projects, stuff like Dragon Ball Abridged, for example, Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, those little things. And I realized, like, hey, you can mess around with stuff like that. And I was like watching a bunch of comedians do impressions, and those impressions were fun to follow, like pretending that you're Christopher Walken, or like, you're pretending you're you're pretending you're Sylvester Stallone, all that, right? It's these little things that like add up to one another, and then like started replicating the voices for Dragon Ball Abridged characters like La, Lani, La, is it Lanipator or Lanipator? But that got him and like Takahata, those guys from TFS, from Team 4 Star. They paved the way for me to realize that I can mess around with my voice a bit more, and it inspired me to like just do this, just do it no matter what, because like it's fun. I wasn't expecting myself to be a voice actor full time, or a voiceover full time, I mean. And yeah, once again, the what started it off was what to play. I think that was the launching pad. But more than anything, the people that have really like made me realize that I can do this all day are the people around me. No, like each and every person that has heard me and has talked to me and has worked with me, they have been like each and every one have been motivators for me to keep on going. Because every time I doubt myself, I always get an output of like, hey, thank you for doing this for us. Thank you for lending your voice. This was amazing. You were great. And it's a reminder to myself that like all the doubts in my head about like I'm not good enough, there are far more qualified people around there. Can I even teach people how to voice act? Stuff like that. There's always everybody else. There's everybody else in the world that has worked with me, that has proved me wrong, and has continued to believe in me. And it has kept me going. The fact that I'm doing this full time, right, is a sign that like I am I keep on going because of the people who have pushed me to be becoming this. And I thank them. And like that's why like I'm also willing to share like whatever I have learned, no matter how limited, no matter how like how small it is in my eyes, it's already eye-opening for them. That's why like I said yes to Voice Lab. I said yes to like a bunch of workshops. And I really do want to like, you know, one of these days like work with more people, and like I want to learn from them as they will learn from me. And hopefully that future that future can happen. But yeah, like it's pretty much that.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? Who knows? Claire might be the next Twilight Sparkle, so
The next Dora.
the next Dora.
I really want to be I really want to be the eternal extra. Like I think that's the one thing I really want to do aside from ring
yes.
announcing.
All
You get what I
time.
mean by the eternal
Yes.
extra, right?
Yes.
Like
Okay.
like it's so funny that like Yuri Lowenthal and Liam O'Brien, they're iconic voices, but they're also like I don't know 150 voices, the voice of like 150 characters in Fallout New Vegas, for example. I want to be something like that. Just some
Oh my
random
gosh.
NPC.
1,000 voices in your IMDb as additional character.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, that's because that's so fun. It's so
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
I want to be the eternal extra. That's my goal. For voice acting and for voiceover, I want to be a ring announcer. I want to be like you know what that type of announcer to like just hype up an event. That's me. And
Well,
like hopefully I'm
looking
getting
forward to seeing you in the next WrestleMania.
yes.
So, let's go.
But yeah, again, like guys, I think you some of you guys have somewhere to be, diba? So maybe we should start wrapping up.
Mhm.
And start saying
I
goodbye.
appreciate that.
If you
Thank
guys wanna, if you guys wanna promote something, give a shout out to your pages. If you guys create content somewhere, feel free. I'll give the floor to you guys. Then we can wrap it up. Maybe Claire can start again.
Oh yeah, sure. So for those, for those people who really want to get their voice out, we have Voice Lab, season 7. I feel like wow, it's a lot of people.
Wow, it's
Season
7.
7.
Seven. Yeah, we've been doing this for like a lot
Dang.
for a long time now.
It's this coming July 25th and 26th, and it'll be at Room 11 Recording Studio in Mango Square Mall. So hope to see you guys there, and you can ask whatever questions you have burning at the back of your mind, whether that be for me or for Ernest, since he's doing day 1 for voice acting and I'm doing day 2 for voiceover. Basically, how to turn your passion into profit. I absolutely love that. Take it from somebody who has a type A personality for every plan and every contingency plan if the plan doesn't work. So yeah, I think it's going to be fun. And if you have any questions, I'm on social media, Claire Cordelia on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook. If you need anything, I am just there.
I guess I'm next. So, yeah, I'd like to promote Voice Lab as well. I completely forgot the dates. Thank you, Claire, for reminding me what the
26.
dates were. Yeah, but yeah, thank you. I'd like to invite you guys to Voice Lab. the seventh batch. Oh my goodness, this has been like a long time. Like this has been going on for a long time. I'll be doing day one. If Claire's gonna teach you like the more like technical and business side, I'm gonna teach you like more on the comfort and the emotional spectrum side of like acting, the whole like fundamentals and like the how to take care of yourself in voice acting. And like I'll be teaching once again like how to be comfortable in front of inside the booth and how to be comfortable in front of a microphone. That's what I'll be teaching you. And aside from that, catch Claire and I and probably a few other people every Monday on Y101 Unbox Mondays. We do that every 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. It might not be us all the time, but like trust me, like the people there are great, and like give them a listen. There's all like we'd love to hear you guys like talk about us one way or the other. And if you want to reach out to me, Ernest Buzon on Facebook, I'm just there. Like you can send me a message request, and that's pretty much it. I guess Nate's next.
Don't have much social media or anything else to boost. Anything else to boost. But yeah, like if there's anyone who's aspiring to become a voice actor, I mean, there's Voice Lab. That's one of the greatest avenues that you guys can that you guys can actually opt for. Like, especially for most aspiring voice actors who wanted to sound like the next Tara Strong or the next like the next big thing. Everything starts with a step. So yeah, the biggest suggestion and the biggest recommendation I could give is go to Voice Lab and learn from these two experts who's been at it for almost a year. No, not a year. For almost since it's seven seasons. How many years has it been? 2 years? 3 years?
It's been a year and a half, I feel. Oh no. Oh. Yeah,
really?
Year and a half. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Are you sure it's been a year and a half? It feels like it's more than a year because it's already like 7 seasons. So I'm guessing it's like.
Like I could check. I could check because like I'm not entirely sure either.
When was batch 1?
Yeah, that's why I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it right now. Batch 1 was back in November 2024.
Oh wow.
And it's 2026.
Yeah, year and a half.
So, well, it's more than a year and a half. It's more than a year and a half. But yeah, these guys have been at it for so long, and if you guys wanted to be aspiring voice actor, that would be your best shot. But if ever you guys are not into Boo and still would want to try voice acting, there are other mediums that you guys could actually try. Like one of which could be, well, for starters, if you guys don't have the budget, you guys can contact these two experts in their social medias. And yeah, probably in my case, like if you guys wanted to like ask about things, I don't usually stream because most of the time I'm just talking with my students in LaSalle. But maybe if you guys want to check out my stuff as well, I'm in SoundCloud and wait, what else do I have? SoundCloud and Blue Sky as well. I'll probably like plug that in somewhere.
Send it.
But yeah.
Sending it to Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook.
Wait, what?
Hmm?
I don't know. I didn't hear what.
Sorry. Please send it so I
Okay.
can share it with Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube because we're streaming at 3 different places at the same time.
Oh,
Multitasking. Love that. Very productive.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, I mean that's all for me as the sound designer here, the sound designer and the voice director with my two wonderful talents here. Yeah, I'm just waiting for Claire to become the next Twilight Sparkle, maybe.
Like, thank you, Dirac. Thank you for believing in us, Dirac.
Thank you,
look,
Directly.
other than Jed, I don't know if you guys are aware. The both of you are also golden geeses. You just don't see it.
Like, thank you, Dirac.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'd like to be more of a fish, but thanks.
Oh, then a goldfish then. It's still gold.
Like a goldfish, yeah. And I have a memory of one too, so I appreciate that.
No, Claire, you're not a goldfish. You're bigger than that. Probably near a dolphin, not a whale. Even though
An orange carp.
An orange
Can I
carp.
be a mermaid?
You are a mermaid. What are you talking about?
So yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in, asking your questions. They've been very informative. This was loads of fun. Hopefully, we can find time to do this next month as well. And thank you so much for the guests for coming over, giving us some insight in regards to your industry, the history you guys have had, and talking about your community. It's been very interesting, very insightful, and yeah, we look forward to clipping these, except for the ones that you get us canceled. But
Oof, yes,
thank you
yes, not
again.
that.
Clip will do that.
So yeah, thank you for tuning in, and see you guys next time.
Thank you so much, Ruben. Thank you so much, Capriccioso. This has been great.
Thank you so much for having us.
Y'all
So
take
good.
care now.
Thank
Y'all
you.
take
Thanks so much, you guys.